Hi, Sister Ann Laughlin, Beacon of Hopes, Women's Outreach Ministries. Working on reading my book to you, Journey to Faith. Hoping this relates to you somehow and it helps you. And if you're new to my channel, I had this published before it was finished because I was told I was dying. They were wrong. I'm still here. But anyway, we're working on the chapters starting out young. When Marty wanted to go riding with me, he'd call for us to meet on the cement passover on the other side of our little lake cove. Well, I read that part just the last video, so I'll just scoot on over to the next section. I'd forget the time while swimming. Marty would pick me up and we'd drive everywhere. We started driving all the way to Pacifica, Eureka Springs, Kansas City. Several other cities were nice to visit. Marty liked taking me to biker parties at the beach. One time we went to a party that was held at a very large forest-like camping area. We told my parents that I was visiting with his parents. We stayed there for 2 days. There was swimming, fishing for an example of activities. There was steak, fish, and many different salads for eating. The bikers brought their families with them for that excursion. There were adults and children alike having fun. Moving on to the next paragraph. And remember, people, this was published before I actually finished connecting the dots. So sometimes I'll be just going over it, how to connect the dots, editing, revising, whatever you want to call it, filling in the blanks. Anyway, back to Marty, my first love. Took me to Grand Junction for fun park in the Ozarks. We rode the horses on a trail. I found out how to not fall off my horse when it was trotting. That's not to say I didn't know how to ride horses. We had Shetland ponies when I was growing up. But riding a regular full-grown horse is different than riding a Shetland pony, by the way. Just so you know. It was a quick reminder lesson on how to ride horses. We rode all the rides, including the old-fashioned roller coasters that were there. I had the most fun going into the spook house. When we went through the mirrored section, Marty played hide and seek. But when we got to the blackout, gotta switch pages. And yes, when I'm looking up, I'm checking the time so I don't run out of time on you while I'm reading. Anyway, the blacked out section, he grabbed me from behind after I just walked past him. Well, of course, I couldn't see him in the dark. He held me close and kissed me passionately. We went to his parents' house, and I met his sisters and their families that were in town visiting at that time. Marty is the next to the youngest of several children from 2 marriages. Marty went back to Palatine, Illinois, for school. He was in college and working part-time. Marty and I had been writing throughout the school year. In one letter, Marty even proposed to me, with plans of me finishing school and a wedding at the end of the school year. At the time, I had still not told Marty I was only 12 years old when we met, and that I would not graduate for another 5 years. Yep. I didn't lie to him. I just didn't tell him. Not a good attitude. But back then, that's the way I was thinking. That's what I thought. I was 12 to 13 years old in 7th grade when Marty came back the next summer, July of 77. He stayed for a whole year. One evening at Ward's auction, Marty had not only proposed, but brought a diamond ring with him. Marty was serious. BJ, that's what we called Brenda back then. BJ was there that night also. She wanted attention and could not get it from my mother. So she came to Marty and I for it. Bad timing, you could say. And I do mean bad timing. I was really upset with that one. She kept pestering us by throwing popcorn at us. So I pushed her away. Unfortunately, she ran to our mother and said I hit her. I didn't hit her, by the way. Mother came running out yelling and hitting on me. Mom was an alcoholic and she was violent. Brenda being the baby, she was spoiled rotten. That's not in the book, but that's an update, edited version, just for you guys. Mama shoved me into a car while hitting my head on the door frame. She locked the doors, telling me to stay in the car, saying that she would deal with me later. Mother was the physically violent person in the family. Marty tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't listen to him. He walked into the parking lot next door, which is where they built pontoon boats, and he even kicked one of them. He was so frustrated and mad that he put it in the side of a boat. He'd never seen my mother's temper before and was angered by seeing what she had done to me. Later, Marty was finally able to speak with Mother when they had both calmed down enough to talk. He had... Oh,